Perfect your sewing skills with a monthly subscription to Sew Daily TV. You'll get access to over 200 videos, including recently closed sew-alongs, that will teach you to sew your best. Visit sewdaily.com/TV to become a member and get all the best sewing tips and techniques at your fingertips.
Welcome to Sew and Tell, where sewists from fashion, theater, and indie sewing bring their different perspectives to the hottest topics in the sewing community. I'm Kate Zaynard.
I'm Meg Healy.
And I'm Amanda Carestio. Today on the podcast, we are talking spring and summer 2022 trends. Yes, it's the Trend Report episode. Woo! We're going to discuss the latest runway looks and how and if we want to incorporate them into our seasonal sewing. Then we'll share our SewJo and answer a listener question. But before we get started, how are you two doing?
I'm doing well. I think it's finally going to start warming up again. It's been really, really cold in Colorado. Meg, when I woke up yesterday, I calculated it out for you. It was minus 19 Celsius.
Oh, yeah, that's not fun.
No, it wasn't. And that's
So
minus 3
cold.
Fahrenheit. So we are hopefully, it's supposed to get up into the balmy 20s today. So that's exciting. Yeah,
it is. I think I'm done. I'm so happy when it snows because it's just supposed to be snowy here. And so I appreciate it for that. But it is just making me want to not do anything except drink tea and sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And that's okay too.
Yeah, I've been having like literally daily bubble baths. Like it's just all I want to do at the end of the day is just, curl up in some hot water. And lately we've been having to like boil extra water on the stove because like the water tank isn't like the amount of baths I'm taking. It just can't quite keep up. So I'm like, Julian, I call him from the bath, put on another pot of water.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
You have a good one there, Meg.
Yes. Yeah. No, and he brings it and he does like a kettle in the meantime because that's a quick fix until the big pot of water boils.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's just the best thing. And what I like to do, but
I'm a total bath lover too.
Oh yeah.
I am a soaker, like, especially through the winter. Like there's just a chill that you can't get rid of.
You can't shake off.
And I will just hop in the bath. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Like no matter how many layers you put on, it's just,
you can't get your feet warm.
It's that chill. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's been up and down cold here, but it's kind of warming up a little bit. Julian and I made a snowman the other day and I can see it from my studio window and it's like melting and it's kind of sad to look at. But then I'm like, well, that's kind of, once the snowman's gone, it's time for spring sewing and wearing
all the crazy trends, maybe or maybe not.
Yeah, there are some interesting trends this episode. And I love these episodes so much. I like to reflect and it kind of affirms when I look in these trends, like kind of what I am seeing in, in the fashion sphere. So I just love these neat and tidy and inspirational roundups. And then we can talk about sewing them for sure. So make sure you go to our show notes page and see the exact Vogue. This one's from Vogue UK Trend Report, but it encompasses North American designers as well. And so make sure you follow along. If you want to take some time, we'll let you go over there, click the link so you can scroll and chat with us. Yeah, so let's just kick it off with our first one. And I'm very scared about this one. I knew it was coming. Micromania. And this is micro mini skirts, which just give me extreme anxiety. It's just when you thought hemlines couldn't go any higher, well, they are going up. And I think it's just a lot of these trends just have that underlying a little bit of that 90s revival that is just so like even 90s and going into the kind of Y2K underlying trend. You can really see it in a lot of these. And unfortunately that skates over into micro mini skirts.
Yeah. I am not a huge fan of this trend, but I do appreciate like the unique silhouettes that you can get from raising the hemline and like then having something a little bit more kind of big and dramatic up top. Like I think it's neat, and it seemed not, I can't say fresh because it definitely feels throwback to me, but I appreciated the playfulness of some of these silhouettes, but that's not something I would feel awesome about wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of where I come down on it. It's instinctually, well, I'm not going to wear that one. And that doesn't mean it doesn't have value, especially if if that's something you love to do, wear very short skirts, great. I do not I get annoyed sometimes when my knee-length skirts feel like they're riding up a little bit too much in the back. So obviously I'm not going to be wearing anything that's supposed to barely cover your underpants. But
yeah, I could see like doing like a pencil skirt. Like I like a slim fit skirt, just not that short. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like what you said, Amanda. There's a certain sort of structure that you can get with a higher skirt with stiffer fabrics. It's hard to sew like a skirt in like a nice heavy like brocade or jacquard. If it's longer, it kind of just it does. I feel like it suits a shorter structural skirt a lot better. So I totally get what you mean. Like you appreciate the silhouettes and the structure of some of these. You can really have fun with that for sure.
Yeah. There were some neat ones in the collection that looked like hand woven or like braided or woven leather strips. Like I really appreciated kind of the textile mix there, but yeah, just a little more of it for me. Little longer.
I think just for me living in the city for so long and taking public transportation, when you sit down, the thought of like your bare legs, like even like that's why I don't even like to wear short skirts, but sitting on, public transport and then you get up and your skin sticks. I don't know. So maybe now that we're in a city that's not so public transportation friendly and we're getting a car, maybe I will take a chance and maybe not be this short, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. If I have a fabric that I just don't quite have enough of, I'll just say, oh, it's just on trend. All right. So next up, we have something that I really like. It's motorcycle diaries. So we're coming back to a good biker jacket, and it's not a certain silhouette for this trend too. It's kind of, you can get sleek kind of fitted ones or these oversized biker jackets that different designers are doing. So you kind of see it in all the realms, but it's good to see just that nice biker jacket back in the scene. And again, that's kind of a little 90s mood going on as well.
I like this trend as well. Yeah. I feel like I don't have a good biker jacket or a leather jacket in my wardrobe. And I kind of I think I'm more open to it because I recently made my first bomber jacket, and that was another category that I just didn't have in my wardrobe. And I was surprised by how much I loved it. And so I feel like I'm a little bit more open to this trend because of that. I don't see myself making a leather jacket from scratch. I would definitely be more inclined to find one secondhand, but
those are the best ones.
I really like the edginess of it. And that is a bit surprising to me, but definitely I'm into it.
Yeah, I like the look, but I know I wouldn't wear it. I'm too old for leather jackets. It's just it's too uncomfortable to wear something that stiff. I'm sorry, I've gotten to that point in my life, especially since the pandemic, where I'm just like, I don't want to wear something that's even slightly uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I think they look great. I really do, but I just can't see myself actually wearing one. So I like the trend, but I will not be sewing it.
Yeah, I think there's a part of me that wonders if I could pull it off. Because I'm really... I'm not that cool. I am really not that cool. But I kind of want to try the challenge of it, you know? And I do appreciate it for its like 90s essence because I'm on board.
Yeah, no, this kind of jacket just raises your cool points by some significant number just by putting it on. You're fine.
I can't believe looking back, I actually filmed a course wearing a leather jacket.
I mean,
my pattern making course. I love a leather jacket. It's the best travel piece. Like you can wear it out at night. It kind of over a dress in the day. It's so cool and it's easy to clean and wipe. And so, I mean, this is getting me excited about going back into my leather jacket collection. I have this amazing thrifted fringe leather jacket.
Love the fringe.
I'm so excited. I even saw one on the runway with fringe in it. So I was like, oh, yay, I can wear this now without looking like I'm wearing a costume. It's fashion.
Yeah. I noticed like lots of fringe in all of these collections, which I'm kind of into. But I was curious, Meg, like, were you gravitating to the like cropped, like tighter fit leather jackets? Because I feel like I was maybe more that direction than the truly oversized ones, which just feels like, I don't know, a little bit harder to pull off on a day-to-day.
The ones that I have in my wardrobe that I have bought in the past have all been kind of that cropped form fit, but I'm really wanting to, in all my thrift adventures, like find a really boxy, oversized one. I'm now gravitating towards that because it's a way I can kind of reinvent the trend and maybe do it a bit differently because I have so many cropped leather jackets that are a little tight fitting. And so now I'm really thinking about a big boxy one with shoulder pads and all that. That might be on my thrift list for sure because I can't imagine ever seeing myself make one.
Yeah,
it's just you can't even buying one new. They're terribly expensive, and B, thrifted ones. I love when they're worn in, like the leather. Yeah. It just gets so much better with age and wearing and movement, and I love like the kind of worn look. So I was super excited to see this one. But yeah, I like the big, boxy, oversized ones this time. I'm really feeling it. Probably for comfort because the one that I have right now, like I can't reach when I put my arms out. I can't it's probably a little too small now, but I can't like reach my arms forward.
Yeah. I have that problem with like every jacket I've ever owned. But I appreciate too, like I could see doing this trend and not feeling like it absolutely had to be leather. Like I feel like this is, that the moto lines and the zippers and the hardware, that I feel like you can kind of get at that look with the silhouette just as much as the material itself. So I could see maybe doing that from scratch. We'll see.
Yes. Yeah. Like in the biker jacket Sew Along I filmed with Berta style. It has leather panels, but it's like wool. And it has that. Yeah. So I love that jacket. So cool. So yeah, it's nice to incorporate a little bit of leather.
Yes.
When you're sewing it yourself for sure. All right. Next up, we have Color Me Free. So this is
the anti-Amanda trend.
Y'all know me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but this is just kind of two colors that were just, taken maybe opposites from the color wheel and just put together in an outfit or a garment. It's just two vibrant colors together. And I love it because it's just anything really goes, like any color combination. There's no excuse for neutrals, this trend says. And they're just really, really cool silhouettes and looks. And yeah, I love this.
I love it too. These are my colors. I always sew with bright things generally. Unless it's a bottom. I usually do more neutral for the bottoms, but my tops and dresses, they're almost always some sort of bright and vibrant and happy printed. And yeah, I'm all for this. I love it.
Ah, Meg, it has been a long pandemic and we're all tired from being cooped up at home. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? A staycation!
That's right. It's time to pack your bags and all the me-mades that you have been working on to join us for a sewing retreat in the mountains.
Yes, join us for sewing workshops, sewing yoga, sewing movie night, all things sewing.
I am really excited about staying in a fancy hotel too and hanging out with all my favorite sewers and meeting new ones along the way too.
Lodging, meals, and fabric is included in the fee, so just bring yourself and a desire to have fun and sew.
We will also be recording a live episode of the Sew and Tell podcast for the very first time, so who knows what will happen.
Who knows? It'll be fun though.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see you there. Remember, spots are very limited and going fast, so make sure to reserve your spot.
It kicks off April 24th of 2022 in Boulder, Colorado. And you can also head over to sewdaily.com/events for all the information and to register. There are different room and rate options available to suit your traveling style.
See you at the Sewcation.
Yes, see you there. Bye.
You can't not say bye. I have to say there are some things in this roundup that I don't hate. And I love like seeing solids kind of take center stage, which I think is really a nice thing about this trend. And there are some combinations, like there's like the orange, red, magenta, pink combo that is, I find really intriguing. But I just, I don't really see myself wearing that too much, but I'm intrigued by some of the combinations. And the green in particular, I was just doing my little Amanda Made YouTube live and talking about how much I'm loving green. And this green is like definitely more of a jewel tone green, whereas I'm more on the olive green end of the spectrum. But I like the gold tones too. Like, I like some of these. It's a lot of color for me. Y'all know. Yep.
Yeah, and this is even a trend if you want to embrace. You don't even have to sew anything new for. If you just have things in your wardrobe that you've sewn previously, they're just a solid bright color. Just pair it with another solid bright color thing. Or just if you have something in a like color, just wear a different pop of color shoe or bag. Like this is how you can incorporate it without really sewing or making anything new. But yeah, why not? If you're wearing a pink dress, like throw on an orange belt. Like, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
All right, now we have drama at the back. And I love the way that they describe this trend. You know, you always hear making an entrance, but it's just as important when you make an exit, when people see the back of your outfit. I love that notion. And it's just all things at the back. And this reminded me of the Hallen dress that I recently purchased and bought. It just has that swooping back. Like it's all about the back in that dress pattern. And that is 100% on my to sew list, that they scoop back line with the gathers. And I think there's a lot of good sewing patterns out there that have really cool features in the back.
Yep.
I like this one. I mean, I think I think I'm in the mood for like a scoopy back, or like maybe a strappy back, like just kind of changing it up and adding a little bit of interest. So, and there were even some like waterfall hemlines, like higher in the, like high, low, but like kind of gradual, that I really, I never really was like fully over the high, low look. Like I still like it. And so I like that was part of this roundup.
Yeah, it seems like lots of capes and kind of trains is really kind of the focus of this trend for sure.
Yeah, I like this one a lot too. I like drama. I like glam stuff.
Yes.
And I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I have a wonderful instinct for bustling things, taking little bits of fabric and pulling them up and making them look aesthetically pleasing. And so now I'm sitting here like, high-low skirt, little bit of bustling. This could be a lot of fun. Maybe even go nuts, do like taffeta or something. And I'm getting all excited. Yeah. So maybe some deep box pleats. Yes. Oh my gosh, what's in my head? Where's a piece of paper? I gotta draw this.
I know. Let's see this drawing.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent. I'm sure in your theater days, these kind of like with the bustles and the, I totally could see you leaning in towards this trend from that experience for sure.
Absolutely.
I guess this was basically my, now I'm looking.
Yes, it looks a lot like your wedding dress.
Yeah, exactly. It was open in the front and just kind of in the back. That's where all the fabric was. So
yeah, I
looked
did
at
this
it in 2019.
I looked at it and I was like, this looks like Meg's wedding dress.
Yeah, but I think it'll be fun to just incorporate this maybe a little bit into some sewing, even a skirt that's really just really long at the back and really high at the front. Oh, that would solve my sitting issues on public transit.
If it would.
You know
it
what?
Would.
I could actually do the micro mini if it had a little drama in the back.
In the back.
Yes.
I kind of want, I'm inclined to do something like a little bit sporty, like a sporty skirt with a little bit of that styling to it. I think it could be really fun to like move in. Like it feels like there's some fun movement opportunities with that.
All right. Next up is Between the Lines. And I always feel like there's some sort of stripe trend. It's just like, how can they reinvent it this time? And this trend is all about what's like in between the stripes. So you're seeing like lots of fringe or prints and just different ways of embellishing striped fabrics in diagonal ways. Or I love like a fringe effects if you're just top stitching, making your own striped fabric and just letting the edges fray. It's just a different way to even make your own like fabric stripe. That could be so cool.
Yep. I love stripes. I really do. I never get tired of them. And I thought that the fringe stripe was like oddly specific, portion of this trend, but I did like it because it kind of brought the fabric to life.
Exactly.
And really focused on the fabric. And especially like those chunkier, like hand woven fabrics. They're kind of like deconstructed. And I don't know, I did like this one, but that's probably because I just like stripes in general a lot.
Yeah. I really like this one too. And like, I love the addition of the fringe. You know me, I love fringe in general.
Yeah.
So you can't really go wrong with fringe and me. But I think it gives some really nice movement to the fabric. And
totally.
I think it just kind of elevates it. And not like stripes necessarily need elevating, but for the high fashion look, I mean, it's very cool. Like I could totally see like wearing a skirt with, apparently skirts are my thing today. I could totally see wearing a striped skirt with the lower, 3 inches being fringed.
Yeah. Like unpicking even the one of the grain, like one of the grains to the fabric and fringing it out.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And that, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I have ideas. I have thoughts.
It's happening. We're getting inspired.
It's all happening. And even the last look, I love the squiggle stripe. Like you wouldn't think that that's a stripe, but it is, but they're kind of crossing each other a little bit, like lots of colors and just thinking about, there's just so many ways to do stripes. It's just such a classic print and staple. And
I love it.
Yeah. And so super, super duper fun. All right. Next up we have So Fresh and So Clean, which is dressing like a tube of toothpaste. Yeah. It's like Colgate white head to toe.
That's such a strange way to describe this.
I know. I know. Yeah. So it's just crisp white, that kind of really bright white, wearing it, in separates or in a dress or a suit or any way you want to wear this trend, you can. I don't think I would be safe in this because I am very clumsy and it would get dirty even before I left the house.
Agreed. I think for that reason, it looks really expensive.
Yes.
And I mean, there are some really neat silhouettes in this collection. And I was struck when I was looking at these that I think it was in part the silhouettes, but in part the color too. Like that white looks kind of futuristic in some ways.
Totally.
And I don't know. I was not expecting to like see that. But I'm kind of, there's been a good conversation happening on Instagram about like kind of futuristic sewing patterns. And I'm into it, like just unique layering and unique silhouettes. And I loved many of the looks in this, but I am scared of even like light colors in general.
I know.
Because
Same.
my family is messy. I'm messy. Like it's just, but from afar, I can appreciate it.
Exactly. Yeah. I think the look is really cool. I wear very little white. Not even necessarily because I'm messy, just because I don't feel like it flatters me. And I can't see myself changing my mind about that to go all white. I did all ivory on my wedding day, and that's been about it my entire life. And I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. I feel like this trend is a lot for people who, so many, if you're getting married, all the pre-parties, you feel like you have to even wear white to those, like to your shower and to your, I obviously did some of that. It's like, it's fun to have like a little theme too, and it's, so chic and luxurious and
striking. It's very striking.
It is very, very striking. For sure. Okay, next we have the new sexy. So this is kind of going a little bit into that like Y2K again. It's just super sheer, super tight, and super short. And
lots of cutouts.
And lots of cutouts and everything like that. I feel like I do like it for definitely like cover up. Like this is giving me like cover up, and if I was to go to a resort, like that inspiration, but I don't think I would feel comfortable wearing this anywhere else, like other than by a pool or the beach or something like that.
Yeah, precisely. Like, well, and even for cover-ups, I think some of them are perhaps a bit too tight, but the sort of the looser ones, I could see wearing some of this as cover-ups, but I agree. It's I'm not that kind of sexy.
I've seen people doing this more on Instagram. It's not new, but I've just seen more people doing like sheer overlay garments.
Oh yeah.
And you wear like a slimmer fit cami or like a cami dress underneath it. And I really like that take, but I've seen it with a lot more volume.
Yes.
And I think that's really that's kind of where I would probably fall with this trend. The combination of like sheer and tight just seems, I don't know, like I would, you could do one or the other for me, but combining all of those is a little bit much. There were some cool like fabric pairings, and I love like, the uniqueness of some of those textiles and like the kind of, again, I guess I'm digging the kind of like more woven looking ones and playing with like the negative space is cool, but like really unpractical. Impractical, I guess.
I feel like this is a trend for young girls or young women who want to go clubbing, sort of.
Definite club vibes for this.
Yeah, super club vibes.
I see stodgy old sewists like me.
I see a lot of celebs rocking this, these looks too. Like these scream like stage looks too when you, as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But there is the one, it's like the lime green sheer, like sequin. It's almost like a shirt dress type thing. Like I
saw that.
Wearing that.
With like the feathers.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that one was super cool. A neon sheer type.
I thought of you when I saw that one.
Yes.
That would be a great beach cover up. For sure.
Yeah, it's so cool as in a beach cover up. You think being like a sheer shirt dress. It's so cool. So,
well, and it's like a wrap dress.
It's like a wrap shirt dress. I like the pockets. It could seem so practical for, putting your sunglasses in. So yeah, this one was just, pure cover up inspiration for me. Mm-hmm. Because I love a sheer cover up because you can see your me-made bathing suit all the time.
Yeah.
Underneath. Next, we have Up All Night. The dress code is fabulous in this one, and it's just kind of satisfying this deep desire coming out, hopefully soon, of the pandemic to go out and be glamorous and be sparkly. And it's just all things glamour that you just want to embrace.
Well, you know how I feel about sequins and glam and fringe. And sparkle.
Yep.
So I love this trend, and I'm sitting here trying to think of how I can make something that fits into it.
Yeah, I like most of these I probably would not wear, but I love all the metallics. Like I do really like gold metallic.
Yeah.
I have several like shiny gold things, like some of my skate outfits I've made with like gold stretch velvet. And just really shimmery and so much fun to like move in. So I think I could handle this one because of the focus on metallics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I can see it. I can feel it in myself too. Like go over the top, wear like the fabulous aspect of it. Like definitely been 2 years of wearing kind of just comfy clothes, and that's fine too. But yeah, it's refreshing to see that and fun, and I can appreciate it for that.
And there's some definitely futuristic silhouettes in this one too. I think that's another kind of overlying theme as well to a lot of these trends too. And yeah, this is like my inspiration for our live podcast recording. I just want to go like full glitz. I want to make something just so glamorous.
Oh, wow. Thank you for warning me.
I know. I better come up with something.
Oh, no, you don't. Just is telling you what I'm doing. You don't have to follow suit, but if you want to, that would also be fun.
I was thinking like some of these look so futuristic, except for the next one on your list.
Yes. This one is like, I've been binge watching Euphoria, and these are just all in that trend. So this is like the Millennium Bug and the just looking at these pant rises, that low. Yeah, I'm not surprised because it is the fashion cycle. I mean, it just kind of goes when pant rises go up, 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 and then they shoot back down, and then they'll go up. We'll see it. We'll just kind of see it flow through again. And it was about that time where they're going back down. So lots of butterfly clips I could totally get on board with again. I think that's so fun. There's definitely a little bit of this that's nostalgic to me because this is what I wore in like, going to high school and middle school was in totally this era of this. But I just could not do these low waist pants. But there's some fun aspects to this about just that kind of that style. When you watch all those movies that I love, those movies, like it kind of brings you back.
I agree. And here it's kind of the same with the mini skirts. Like I can appreciate some of these silhouettes.
Exactly.
Like there's unique. And with that lower waist, like they're like balancing that out is kind of interesting and fun. I think that I have a higher tolerance for like the baggier pants that are low rise than like tight jeans that are low rise. Like that is just the intersection of awful as far as I'm concerned. But the kind of like, I don't know, and maybe the ones that have like more of those kind of sportier athleisure look to them is just a little bit more palatable for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also have a lot of nostalgia for this. This was when that we're just highlighting the age difference between Meg and me, but this was when I was in college, this kind of look. And I want to say for the record that I didn't see a single, none of the low rise waists that I saw in that set of pictures was as low as it got in that time period. So that was nice to see. They were low, but they weren't like, gotta do a little bit of shaving low, which I have, not worn, but seen. But
just wait till next year. We'll cover this trend again. It will be called like, how low can you go or something?
Yes, exactly. I like looking at this. I like looking at some of the pieces and being like, oh, I would have loved to have worn that when I was in college. But it very much feels like looking back on a time that is gone for me. So I am going to appreciate that my niece might get into this particular trend because she is 18, but I will not be doing it myself this time around.
Yep. I will say, like, just looking at that list, I do like the cargo pants, like the lower cut. But
me too.
But I think in general, I have corgi legs. Like I have short little legs, and that's just my proportions.
Yeah.
It's and so it's harder for me to do the low rise, and that's why I think I like high rise, because it gives that illusion of just higher, longer leg. So yeah, when I put on like a low rise something, it just accentuates my short legs, and I'm okay with that. Like but I think for that reason, it probably wouldn't be a go-to look for me.
So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this, like, it's a 2-piece denim set, and the bottoms are kind of like baggy jeans. And then the top is a midriff top with like big puffy sleeves. And I totally would have worn that when I was in college. I had things that were even kind of similar. So I kind of love that one for sure.
Yeah, that denim top is cute. I would wear that with like high waist.
Exactly.
That's just a lot of fleshy flesh for me.
It's fair.
I like the takeaway from this is the denim on denim.
Yeah. Agreed.
I totally rock that, and I totally love that shirt. I would just wear it with high-waisted jeans. Just take what you're comfortable with for the trend. And some of these dresses too are kind of cool, like how they knot in the middle, and I totally remember those and things like that. So there's definitely some things I'll take away from this trend. And last, but definitely not least, is Tinker Tailor. So this is, back to a little bit business mode, but this is blazers over skirts and dresses, not necessarily matching suits, but just kind of blazering it up a little bit. And I love a blazer over a flowy dress and a skirt. And I do love blazers. I went through a huge blazer phase, and I haven't been wearing them much. And I feel like I need to start wearing them. Even when I go to dress myself to work from home, I feel like I need to put on a blazer more in the house because, I mean, they're fun. It's a mood. It's definitely a mood. Like, I could put a blazer over my pajamas and it would probably look pretty cool.
I like blazers too. I'm much more of like a knit blazer type person. Yeah. And we do, what was the blazer that we have? Is that the Silverton?
Yes.
Blazer. I actually do wear that pretty often. Like if I need to get dressy, but I wore it to a concert over like a gold velvet tank I had made. And I like, cause it's like transforms your look. I have to say too, that I was strangely drawn to the version that's like just the blazer as the dress.
Oh, I love that.
I just saw someone do something similar on TikTok because I've been over hanging out a little bit on TikTok. And I don't know, like that feels like a total throwback, but also like such a powerful statement. And I kind of love it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's not really for me. I like the idea of blazers. I like the look of blazers, but I hate actually wearing them. Every time I try, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do this. And I take it off within seconds. So this is not one that I'm going to recreate, but it's neat.
No, I love the look of, wearing a long blazer as a dress. I think that's so chic for sure. And it's a little like 80s too.
Totally 80s. Totally 80s.
I also really like that. So I will definitely be kind of looking into what I have, or I don't know if I haven't sewn a blazer for so long. I think it's time to look into some blazer sewing. I can't remember the last blazer I made.
Yeah.
And I love a printed blazer too. I love a fun, vibrant blazer.
Yeah. I would like to branch out again. Like it's fitting a blazer for me is kind of scary because of just my swimmer shoulders, but and particularly like a woven blazer, but I tend to like a more kind of oversized, relaxed fit blazer. And I have been thinking that that's kind of missing from my wardrobe because the blazers that I do have, the knit ones are more cropped, or even like a peplum style. So getting something that's a little bit oversized, I think could be fun to play around with.
I feel like I got this lime green cotton sateen that's like the perfect blazer weight, and I really want to make a suit, like a matching pants and a blazer. I think that would be so fun to wear and bring on this occasion. I just need excuses to sew and things, to wear, because that would be really fun. And then it's also a great travel piece when you do a set like that, because then you could just wear the pants with other tops when you pack, and then the blazer, and then wear it as a suit. So I definitely need to add that to my little capsule travel wardrobe.
Yes.
And
I've had the Heather blazer by Friday Pattern Company on my list for like ever. And there are a lot of examples of that on that website with some prints. And I love the idea of that. I don't know. Maybe my interest is piqued.
Yes.
That's as committed as I'll get.
All right. So let's just go around and just say, what is our one most favorite top? Like, yes, I love that. I already incorporate that. I'm going to. And then your least favorite, you're just like, nope, not for me. So just pick one for each.
Kate, you go.
Me?
Yeah, Kate, you go.
Okay. I think that the Color Me Free is the one that I feel like it naturally falls into the way I sew anyway. Though after looking at the pictures, I want to get some more like satin or something. But yeah, I love those colors. I think they just look so nice. And I want to wear them. And I think the Micromania is my I'm sorry. The New Sexy is my absolute no. That is my never.
That is your never. How about you, Amanda?
I'm going to have to go with Motorcycle Diaries.
Ooh.
Because I am like now I'm really jonesing for a leather jacket. And I don't know, I think it must be like my kind of adventures with athleisure and just thinking about my edginess factor and remembering that I used to be kind of edgy in high school and like I could pull it off. And I'd love to like experiment with that. And I feel like, like a piece like that can really like shake up your wardrobe a little bit. Because you can pair it with so many different things. But I have to say the Millennium Bug is going to be my least favorite, even though there were some pieces within that collection, that roundup that I liked and like didn't hate. It's just it's too soon. Too soon for me. What about you, Meg?
I'm gonna have to agree with Kate and say Color Me Free is my favorite trend. I just think it's so striking, even when I see inspiration on Instagram, just these vibrant, different colors and outfits. And I just think it's so fun. I'm already thinking with this lime green suit, like just wearing, even though I don't like purple, I could just see like a purple top underneath and just that contrast just being so cool. So I really like that trend. And then Micromania is just my nope. That's a big no for me.
Yeah.
I will not be engaging in that in that trend. But
you'll be abstaining.
I will be abstaining for sure. Yeah, so I did overall like all of these trends. Some nice little throwbacks, nostalgia, and it seems like a lot of these could be fitting with in incorporating sustainability in terms of thrifting. Like you could totally thrift these blazers, and with the colors, just using things that you already have and getting, going back into your closet, getting a motorcycle jacket back out. And definitely with the millennium, just you could totally find thrift stores are just filled with clothes from actually that era. And so I think a lot of this could be definitely sustainable. And I love the idea of creating, the textiles with the stripes. I think that's something interesting to think about too. So I really liked this season and all these trends for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Agreed. And I feel like some of it is just like culturally, like we're all at this place where we want to like, we're okay with fringe and like a little over the top because we've been doing, you know, the opposite end of the spectrum for so long. And I wonder if these are like, maybe we're more of the same mind as a culture, whereas like years before when the pandemic wasn't happening, maybe it was a little bit more all over the place. I don't know. Like, cause I just feel like, I don't hate them as much as I usually do.
I don't know if fashion is getting more like my style, or if I'm just getting so used to looking at fashion that I don't like immediately go at whatever I see.
I know. I'm more open. And I also I think there's a part of me that's like more understanding. Like, that's not for me, but I understand the trend. Maybe you're right, Kate. Maybe it's just more exposure to these fashion trends.
For which we thank Meg and the podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, I love flipping through the runways. And New York Fashion Week's going on right now. So I can't wait to see. I always go to Vogue like every day to see, what shows were yesterday, because you can see all the pictures, and it's just, I just love sewing and fashion and fabric.
Me too.
Yeah. No, actually, it was last week I did a virtual guest lecture at where I went to fashion school about sustainable sewing. It just brought me back, just the students and their first year fashion design class just really brought me back. And it was just very nostalgic, I guess, like all these trends. And it was really great. Yeah. So should we take a break and then talk about some SewJo, which I feel like we're going to have a lot of after this.
Now we have a ton.
Let's do it.
Now we have a ton. Let's do it.
All right. We are back, and it is time for our SewJo segment where we talk about what's giving us our sewing mojo. I feel like we've been kind of doing this throughout the episode, which we often do. But let's see if we can narrow it down a little bit. Amanda, why don't you start us off?
All right. Well, leather jacket was not on my list before we started this episode, and now I am kind of obsessed. So yeah, gonna have to get lucky at the thrift store probably, but we'll see what I can come up with. The other thing that was on my mind that is totally not seasonally appropriate is I'm in the mood to make a bazillion Ogden camis. Like, I'm just, probably not going to be able to wear them for a little while, but I have I did sit down and spend some time with my fabric, and because I wasn't feeling super inspired, and I tried to kind of come up with a list of things to make, and it was literally like, oh, well, I could hack the Ogden cami this way. Oh, I could hack the Ogden cami that way. So I'm going to be making a lot of Ogden camis, and I already have a bazillion Ogden camis and hacks. But I was also thinking, like, if you look up the Ogden cami hack hashtag on Instagram, like, this might be my vote for the most hacked pattern ever.
Oh, cool.
Because there are so many hacks that you can do with that pattern, and it's so inspiring. But that's on my list. Yeah, like 6 degrees out, gonna make a lot of camis, but
you're gonna need them.
Kind of what I want to do. Yeah, I'll need them someday.
Yeah, because when you're wearing your Ogden camis, you're going to be enjoying them out in the sun, and you're not going to be in your sewing room.
Yes,
so
it's true. I think this year, like, it finally clicked. Like, that does actually kind of make sense, because I don't sew as much during the summer. We're busy doing, life things.
Right.
So maybe do a little pre-sewing. We'll see.
Exactly.
See what happens.
I love that pattern.
Awesome. Well, how about you, Meg? What's giving you your SewJo?
Oh, I have a bunch of like muslins cut out that I'm just not excited to sew. I have like a pair of pants and like a vest. And so I need to do those until I can actually cut them in nice things. But I'm really now, after we get off this, I'm going to start searching for a pant pattern and a blazer pattern for my lime green suit, because I have like 5 yards of this cotton sateen, and it just needs to be like a suit, and it has that little bit of stretch in it as well, a bit of sheen. I guess that's what cotton sateen is, and it'll be perfect and comfy. And so I want to find like a good blazer pattern that's not too fitted, not too hard to sew. I don't want to like get into something where I'm gonna have to do the hand tailoring with all like the hand stitching and that. I just want to easy sew blazer that's like relaxed fit and stuff. Same with pants. So I'm going to be on the hunt, but that's really exciting.
You know what I've seen more, and it's probably because of like the skating culture. Like, I could totally like seeing like a big outer layer and then like a really tighter fit cropped something.
Oh yeah.
Under your oversized blazer. Like, I kind of, I'm liking that pairing again. Like, will I wear it?
Yeah.
But I like, playing with those sizes, and that is totally throwback. Like, that is, throwback.
I was watching one of my reality shows, Summer House, that I love. One of the castmates, Amanda, she wears like these high-waisted jeans a lot, and then like a crop, almost like a bralette, and then a big oversized blazer with shoulder pads. And it's cute. I'm obsessed with that look. Like like even a bralette or a crop top, really form-fitting, and then you just have this blazer. I think that was on this week's episode, and I just loved it. I saw that, and it's like, I need to wear that. It's just so good. I love it so much. How about you, Kate? What's giving you your sewing mojo this week?
I'm pretty excited actually about my SewJo, which is kind of the point. So, in these episodes, I'm always like, oh, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. And I almost never do, because we get out of the episode and I get distracted and I kind of forget about it. Though I did write down a bunch of stuff that I talked about in this episode, because I really want to do some of them. But, after last week's episode, I was so inspired, and continually inspired also by the Zero Waste Sewing episode, that I have now combined those, and I am currently sewing a Chris Woods envelope dress by hand.
You are?
I am.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I am. I have to finish the seams and top stitching on one side seam and hem it, and then it'll be done.
Wow.
And I am so excited, and I am enjoying myself, and I'm actually really shocked at how much I'm just totally fine sitting there and
you
sewing
like doing
a seam.
it? Like, you like
Yeah.
Wow. know. That's so cool.
Get bonus points.
Bonus points. Incorporating 2 episodes into like
garment.
one project.
I know. And now I'm sitting here, I'm like, ooh, I bet that I could use this pattern if I like the way it looks, because I haven't actually tried it on yet. I could use it with all of these little remnants that I have and make like tunic legs and yeah. So I'm super excited and yes, hand sewing, y'all.
What fabric did you use?
It is a linen cotton blend from Robert Kaufman, I think. It's the same one that I used. It's the one where I had to buy extra fabric to fix a problem that turned out to be actually I just sewed the wrong seam. So I had 2 yards of it. It's going to make almost a. It's going to be kind of maxi unless I want to have it up more. And I'm just delighted. It's kind of a pinkish, orangish, coralish, fallish color. And yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm very excited. I might like go nuts and start embroidering it too. We'll see. By hand.
I can't wait to see
because I couldn't machine embroider it after I hand sewed it.
Yeah, right. You finish it, then you take it to the machine to embroider.
Right.
I feel like you could do like, how cute would that look with like fringed bottom? You know, like if you like,
maybe
I feel like you could incorporate that, and then you kind of get your the color me free trend in there too, right?
Yeah, it's not
definitely.
It's not really that bright. It's not so vivid. It's more muted, I think.
I mean, it's bright by my standards.
By your standards, and it's muted by my standards.
It sounds bright to Amanda.
It's crazy by my standards. It's not. It's not. It's beautiful.
So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping to like finish that, and I don't know, like put pictures on Instagram or something, because I haven't really finished a sewing project yet this year, or started any others. I've had other stuff going on, so yeah, keep an eye out.
How did you finish the seams? Did you do like a French seam or a flat, or just
the shoulder seams? I did a French seam, but because the other seams all have openings, like the neck and the arms, and then you're supposed to turn under the thing and sew it down. So what I've been doing is I just sew it like a normal seam, and then I turn the seam allowances, press it open, seam allowances under, and then I top stitch those in place.
Cool. I still can't believe you're doing that. That's amazing.
I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to show it off.
Can't wait to see it.
Yay. All right. So now that I've gushed about myself being so cool, let's move over to our Sew and Tell question. I don't know if you guys actually saw this because I put it on right before we recorded. What fashion trend do you wish would come back or stick around forever if it's already here? Meg, start us off.
Oh, I guess just high-waisted pants. I just wish that they were just always just so cool to wear as they use. I feel like they're just less cool now because all the celebs are like not wearing them. And all the influencers are wearing these like low rise. And so I just wish that high-waisted things would just be in style forever.
Fair. How about you, Amanda?
Well, I was going to say that. But I also just really, like, I'm totally a hippie kid. Maybe wannabe, but that's definitely like the era that I see myself being from. And I have I have a strong fondness for bell bottoms. Just always have and always will. And I just feel like they should be their own pant category and just always be around.
Cool.
Bell bottoms.
I love bell bottoms.
Yeah. High-waisted bell bottom. Well,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
For me, it's fringe. I wish that fringe was always appropriate to put on everything. I love fringe. What can I say? I don't have.
I just made something with fringe.
Did you really?
And thought of you.
What did you make?
Mm-hmm. I made some gold stretch velvet biker shorts with fringe along the side seam.
Awesome.
For skating.
What color fringe?
That's so cool.
Matching gold?
Gold.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Gold and gold. And I made them for a costume for a Mardi Gras skate and didn't get to go to that, but Ginger and I went to a Dolly Parton themed skate night. And I was like, perfect. I can wear my fringe biker shorts and a denim shirt. And it was amazing. And I actually really love fringe too. So
fringe is great.
There better be a skate night when I'm in town. I want to. These sound so fun in your costume.
It is so much fun. Like I kind of love sewing costumes now. It's my new thing.
Awesome. It's my old thing.
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I've been influenced. Like we're just like shared around, just swapped.
Yep.
Like I feel like we've definitely crossed streams at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, that was a super awesome episode. I always love doing the fashion episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially the spring ones because you're more excited. Yep. I feel like fall, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to get cold again.
This is how I get to dress when it's gross outside. Wah, wah.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is definitely something to look forward to. Other things to look forward to. Amanda, take it away.
Sewcation.
Woo!
I am getting so excited. Like
Me too.
I think that I've held back on getting excited about the Sewcation because, you know, just life in general for the past couple of years have been so like future plans hard to really like believe it's going to happen, get excited about it. Like there's just been so much of that and so many things falling through. And I'm like so excited about our Sewcation and seeing y'all and hugging y'all and connecting with our audience and live podcast recording. Like that's going to be kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sewing yoga, doing some yoga in my new hot pink yoga pants.
They're so
which
great.
I need to make a top for, and I'm going to debut my lime green suit.
Yes.
And I just got Spoonflower is providing all of the fabric for my camp shirt class. So if you do come, it's just even going to be fun. You get to pick out so many prints you're going to have available. And so I just finally this week I got it all in so I can start making up all the samples of the hacks. And it's like real. And
it's real.
There's
actually going to happen.
And it's really filling up. Yeah, the spots are filling up.
Yes,
so
that's good to hear.
You really don't, and so if you really do feel like going, you should definitely secure your spot because this is like an intimate event. There's only spots for, 30 people. So make sure if you want to come, if you've been thinking about it, definitely come. And if you're nervous about traveling and everything, I am too, but I'm still doing it because I'm just so excited.
Yep. It is going to be a fun time.
It is.
Yeah. Super, super duper fun.
Yeah. Fun episode though, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I needed this.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been kind of like in a sewing, just not sure what was coming next. And that is not usually how I roll with sewing. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm super psyched.
We're so bad at ending the episode.
We are.
That's because we don't want to end it.
I know.
All right. So we're going to call this the end. This is the end, guys. Until next time.
This is the end.
Happy stitching.
Until next time.
Happy stitching.
For links to everything we talked about in this episode, go to our show notes page at sewdaily.com/sewandtell. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at sewandtellpodcast@goldenpeakmedia.com or visit us on Instagram at sewandtellpod. Answer the Sew and Tell question, tell us your SewJo, or just leave us some feedback. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe on your podcasting platform of choice, and please leave us a review, ideally a good one, because that helps listeners like you find our podcast. And tell your sewing friends about us too. Thanks for listening, and happy stitching. Sew and Tell is a Sew Daily podcast and produced by Golden Peak Media. It's hosted and produced by Meg Healy, Amanda Carestio, and me, Kate Zaynard. Daisha Clay is our producer. Director of podcasts is Jared Mayer. Tiffany Warble is Director of Content. Kelsey Ratterman handles our marketing, and Andrea Lotz does all things digital. If you'd like more information on sponsoring or advertising on Sew and Tell, go to goldenpeakmedia.com.